Now let's begin with the large intestine. Well, large intestine is 1.5 meters long. It is divided into three parts, that is cecum, colon and rectum, right. Well, cecum has a elongation of this vermiform appendix, right. As you can see, this cecum, this enlarged part of the cecum that we call as vermiform appendix is there, and the inflammation of this appendix is known as appendicitis. It is known as appendicitis, and this appendix is vestigial organ, means it had a use earlier in human beings, but now it is of no use. So appendix has become a vestigial organ in human beings. But in many herbivores, appendix is well developed and functional, right. Why? Because they feed on the green grass, and this grass actually contains the cellulose component. So this appendix helps in the digestion of cellulose. However, we don't eat that raw food, we don't actually intake cellulose directly, so we don't need appendix for the digestion of cellulose. So this appendix has become vestigial organ in us. And remember this appendix is highly coiled, alright. So this appendix inflammation is there, which we call as appendicitis. This was about cecum. Then we have colon. Now colon is divided into ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon and sigmoid colon. As you can see, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon and sigmoid colon. And this colon region has three longitudinal bands which we call as tinea coli, and there are small pouches which we call as haustra. Just you need to remember the names, that is, three longitudinal bands are there which we call as tinea coli, and there are small pouches which we call as haustra. After this we have the rectum part. Rectum terminates in 2 centimeter long anal canal, and the opening of this anal canal is called as anus. So as you can see, the sigmoid colon is there. After that we have the rectum part, and this rectum part is going to open into anus through anal canal. So this was about rectum. So remember that large intestine, which is actually 1.5 meter long, it is divided into three parts, that is cecum, colon and rectum. The cecum has an elongation of this highly coiled structure that we call as vermiform appendix, right. And the inflammation of the appendix is known as appendicitis. This appendix contains lymphoid tissues, okay. Then we have colon is divided into 4. We have ascending colon. As you can see in the image, we have a transverse colon, a descending colon and a sigmoid colon, and there are 3 longitudinal bands there which we call as tinea coli, and we have small pouches which we call as haustra. Then the rectum part, it terminates in 2 centimeter long anal canal, and the opening of this anal canal is called as anus. Now remember that anus actually forms the hindgut part. So we have discussed the foregut part, the midgut part, and the hindgut organ is what? It is the anus. Now what is the function of large intestine? The function of large intestine is basically to absorb water and the removal of the solid waste. Absorption of water and the removal of solid waste, plus it is also said that it helps in the absorption of vitamin K and vitamin B. So it is said that it helps in the absorption of vitamin K and vitamin B. So what are the functions? Remember, absorption of water and the removal of the solid waste, plus the absorption of vitamin K and vitamin B. So this was all about the large intestine.